Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me for day 5 of the self-care challenge. You made it to day 5. I know this is, a lot of different things going on, but you have all month to consume the content. If you want to get on the drawing, just interact with something from each day by Monday. So congratulate yourself, give yourself a pat on the back. If you are joining me from a Facebook business page or from YouTube, you can join us in this challenge or at least go back and consume the content. We are on Facebook right now in a group called Live the Sweet Life, so hop on over there and join us. And today, with the self care, we are focusing, through this challenge, what we are focusing on is how when we feed our soul, we can use the food for fuel. And of course, sometimes we do use food for the soul, and that is great. But we want to be able to have a balance because when we are feeding our body or fueling our body, then we can really just free ourselves from the tiredness, from the inflammation, and be able to then have the mental capacity, less brain fog and all of that, to be able to think clearly and do the things we need to do, like say no to things and set boundaries and try new things and do all of the different things that we need to be doing. Um, so, oh, this, okay. I thought this was supposed to be scheduled, but I'm not sure if it's live right now. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. So we are going to continue on. So the giveaway will be happening on Monday. So I just wanted to so am I live right now? I thought this was really supposed to be scheduled. So I apologize if I'm not showing up when you expected me to show up. Anyway, so I just wanted to share with you some of my story of where I came from. And again, I'm not sure why this is showing up early, but that's okay if it is. We're just going to roll with it, right? So, how your good morning, Gail. I guess I am live. I was trying to schedule this because I had something at 11:30, but no big deal. So let's talk about where I wanted to just share with you kind of my story and where I came from. So I was definitely a picky eater growing up. Love sugar. I would, like I've known other people do this. I would sneak frosting from the can, sugar from the sugar bowl. When I got a little older in college, I would secretly buy chocolate and hide it. I would lie about how much I had, all of those things. All of so many issues also kept popping up. So tired all the time, candida overgrowth every single month, anxiety, mood swings, GI issues, and the nighttime snacking, so much. So then you have the nighttime snacking, and then you don't really sleep well at night, and then you're tired the next day. Like it's hard to get up the next day, you're tired the next day. So, true story, I remember when I took my daughter, I've told this story before, so you may have heard it. I took my daughter to her 9-month well baby visit, and the doctor said, "Great, she can have table food now." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Whatever you're eating." And I said, "Oh, she can have pizza and subs?" And the doctor was horrified. He said, "No, no, no. She can have like chicken and sweet potatoes." And I was like, "Oh, I have to cook and eat healthy now. I have to like figure this out." But that's basically kind of how I was. And I had her when, I was 30. So, like, that's how I was for most of my life. So later, I was never really, too concerned about the weight. So I, as I mentioned, I had talked about, just always these little issues coming up. So why do I have acne and wrinkles at the same time? Why do I have all these GI issues? Why do I getting all of candida issues? Why am I tired so much all the time? And it's easy to chalk a lot of these things up to life, right? Oh, it's just being a mom. It's just tiring being a mom. And it is, but sometimes we're missing the fact of what our diet does in this. and how our diet is affecting our mindset and how our diet is are affecting so many things. And then later on, I was never really concerned about weight, but then later on, noticing in pictures how different I looked. And it's easy to say, "Oh, it's just I went to my doctor and the doctor was like, "Oh, welcome to middle age. This is just middle age weight gain. To nothing really you can do about it." That's what they told me. But just noticing in pictures how different I looked, nothing fit right anymore. Calorie counting, tried to do keto. That just, I really felt really gross doing that. And it's also was just way too easy to just skip all of the vegetables doing keto and not get any fiber. And that causes its own issues and so many other issues. Um, Easy to get an obsession with the scale while I was working on this. So every morning weighing myself and allowing this ridiculous number to determine if I would be happy that day or not. So how much kind of self-loathing and guilt about, the food. So which is horrible. It's a horrible way to kind of go through life. So it wasn't until I decided I would kill my scale that I decided no more, no more scale. I'm not even going to worry about the scale. I decided that forget it, that I don't even care anymore. I just want to feel good because I remember just having so many issues with like feeling tired and also realizing with a special needs child of like, how am I going to keep up with this? Because this is a lifetime if I am feeling bad all the time and learning more and more about what food was doing to my body and to my health. So I just decided no more scale. I don't even care anymore. I just want to feel good. I just want to feel good. So say it with me, people. No more scale. No more scale. Forget this stupid scale. Also the calorie counting, because then the calorie counting was guilt also. And it was just, restriction and being hungry. And also with calorie counting, the first thing that happens when you reduce the amount of calories that you're taking in, your metabolism slows down. So then I started focusing on the calories and not the quality of the food. And I just decided, forget it. I just want to feel good. And then you are become sometimes terrified of a bad choice. How many calories does this have? If you know all of the calorie counts in every single thing. So I just decided to focus on things that were going to fuel my body and also to make me feel good. So I started learning about and trying a program that was about eating for blood sugar balance because that is actually how our bodies work. So I don't mean that this is not really meant for diabetics. So people with type 1 or type 2 diabetics, you should still go to your doctor and follow what they say, but this is just something, this is how our bodies work. So this is something that everybody can really use to feel better, to kill the scale, forget the calories. Let's just take care of ourselves, right? And it also, has so many other things. So here's how eating for blood sugar balance works. So we eat, our bodies break that food down, and our blood sugar goes up, and we feel good. Insulin comes in to take care of that high blood sugar. And then, depending on what's in the food and also our own body and how our gut is functioning, we will kind of come back down. Um, And when we are eating processed, when we are eating things that are processed very quickly and they hit the bloodstream fast, they make our blood sugar go really high. We feel good for a while, and then we crash and we feel moody, tired, sad, brain fog. You find yourself craving quick carbs. You kind of don't even realize it's happening. Have you ever had that where you're just like, you just find yourself like eating a bag of chips, or you're just like the cravings become incredible when we're on this blood sugar cycle. We're going up and down and up and down and up and down. So that's sometimes how our day goes, because we kind of start off that way and we're up and down and up and down. Our energy is all over the place. Our cravings are intense. And also, we just are hungry all the time too. And we know that this up and down and up and down and up and down is really a driver of inflammation. So it's causing a lot of inflammation in our body. It's causing a lot of stress in our body. We get a lot of brain fog, all those other things. And then also, sometimes what happens, and you may have noticed this if you found yourself on this never ending blood sugar cycle, is that our hunger thermostat gets out of whack. That means we wake up in the morning and we're not really hungry. I have a lot of people that do intermittent fasting because they're just not hungry in the morning, and it's not. It's so that makes it easier to do, but it's because their metabolism is not really functioning at its peak in its peak way, and their hunger thermostat is not really kind of on. And but they do get really hungry at night. So struggling with nighttime eating, can you kind of relate to that? So, what blood sugar eating for blood sugar balance is really eating consistently throughout the day. So, every, like 2 to 3 uh, hours, protein, healthy fat, and carbs in a whole food form as much as you can. And I'm also a proponent of taking things out that are difficult to digest and contribute to leaky gut syndrome. And often these are the things that can say, Gail, exactly. That's what people find. When you start eating for blood sugar balance, you're not hungry in the morning. Um, when you when you when your blood sugar is out of balance, you're typically not hungry in the morning, but you are really hungry at night, and you're often get snackier, definitely kind of more in the afternoon. But when you start to fire up your metabolism, you start to get hungry in the morning. And then when you're eating all day long, in a healthy way, the balanced way, then your metabolism is really fired up, and that's a sign, Gail, that your metabolism is really um, is really working well when you are waking up in the morning and you're hungry. That's a good thing. Uh, so that's what we are doing, is that we are focusing on a balance of macronutrients, and then there's also some portion control that's built into here too. So with your main meals, you want protein that's equal to the size of your palm. You want fat, so healthy fat that is about your thumb. So if you like nuts, avocado, things like that, maybe a thumb or two thumbs. And then carbs, healthy carbs. So we might want typically high fiber carbs. You can vary that, but you want to focus on the fruits and the vegetables. That's really what we want to get in, and about the size of your fist. So you have your portion control that's kind of built into this as well. And we want to be eating consistently throughout the day. And then also, I wanted a way to do this that was sustainable, so that you could to do it even with kids, even when you have a career, even when there's a lot going on. So there are ways that you can make things easier, because I know, Whole 30 is awesome, but if you have to make your own ketchup every single day, that definitely makes it a lot harder. If you don't have things that kind of make it easier for you, that can really make it a lot harder. So we want a balance between being able to eat this way and things that are going to make it a lot easier for us. And oh, this is an awesome comment. Thank you so much, Gail. So over time, so the other part of this that's really important too is the mindset, because how often do we know exactly what we need to be doing and we're not doing it? So we know the things that will make us feel better. We know, um, what we need to be doing, but we're not doing it. And that's really where the brain science comes into. So that's something that I wanted to add in as well, to be able to be consistent, because the success does not come from overnight, doing massive changes for a short amount of time. The success comes from doing the little things day after day. And when you're eating balanced and doing the little things day after day, then you are able to enjoy some food for the soul as well as food for fuel. And then you have the mental capacity to be able to do the other things that you need to do to make space for yourself. The having clearer thinking, for being able to kind of set boundaries, for being able to move your body, for being able to connect with others, all of those things. So, as I started eating for blood sugar balance, and I stuck with it over time, and of course, there is no perfection. This does not require perfection. What I found was my energy came back. My relationship with my body was better and with food was better because I was not stepping on the scale anymore. I was not even worried about that number. I don't even I don't even need to know anymore. I started noticing non-scale wins like, oh, I didn't realize that there's some vegetables that I like. Also, my cravings were gone. It really killed the cravings for me. The nighttime snacking was so much better. Some of that is, habits as well, which we talk about in the group. Flatter stomach, less inflammation, no more yeast overgrowth. So many things, really improved. So, um, really taking care of your body and the food. So, the food and the exercise really helps you be able to open up all of these other things that we've been talking about in this week. So, I created this group to help you with these things. To help you give you what you need for these things. And you can look at what are the things you need to do the most for taking care of your body. And I'll walk through some of the things that we do in this group. So on Monday, we do some accountability. So if you have a goal that you're setting during the week, that or a new habit that you want to do, I will put a post out on Mondays about our goals and you can list that and then we will um, ask you about that later on in the week or what your wins are, because it's not necessarily important that you achieve the entire goal. Really, what we want to focus on are the wins. Your brain wants to be right. We want to help your brain be right. So if you made some progress, that's a win. We want to keep on because you'll be motivated to keep going and keep making progress if you can find ways that you are already winning now. So we want to help you win now. That's what we do on Mondays. Also, on Mondays, I post a free workout. If you need to move your body more, I post a free workout. On Tuesdays, we talk about mindset and staying on track. So, if you struggle with kind of the self sabotage, with the nighttime eating, with the I deserve this or I'm too tired to do this, that's some of the things that we cover on Monday, and I usually go live for that. On Wednesdays, I post a balanced meal that has protein, healthy fat, and healthy carbs that you can use as well. On Thursdays, we talk about science and tips on blood sugar balance so you know the why behind we're doing what we're doing. And some of the other aspects of blood sugar balance. And on Thursday night is kind of getting started. So if you want to get started with being able to eat for blood sugar balance, a sustainable way to eat, Thursday nights are when we're going to start doing that. And then on Fridays, I share tools and products that help make it easier for you and some fun community ideas. Saturday, we take your time back. Saturday is for planning your time, finding time for you, planning your meals so that you have control, so that you're able to have the self care and feel in control and confident and supported all week. And then on Sunday, I usually add something for self care. So, in the homework today will be to look at of these things. What are the things that are most helpful for you that you are missing in terms of taking care of your body, whether it's moving or the nutrition or being consistent with things? And I'll share that in the workbook. And then also, I've put all of this into a new program that I will be launching called the Balanced Body Experience, where we'll be focusing on the blood sugar balance to increase your energy, cut the cravings, no more counting things. Also, this is a sustainable way that you can eat. So, any eating plan that we do, we want to make sure that you could do it for the rest of your life and also that you would teach your kids to do it. So would you teach your kids to count calories? Would you teach your kids to do keto? Things like that. This is something because your kids are watching. So this is something you could do with your kids even. Um, in a community that gives you support and grace, results in that you can keep so that to help you kind of stick with it and to be able to understand the brain science of how to stick with it, outsmarting the self sabotage, and also being able to do this with a busy life. So, if you'd like info on the program, just message me or drop the word program. But really, what my focus is for today is to help support you in your supporting your body in self care. So, what kind of self care things do you need to do for your body? So, is it eating for less inflammation? All the different things that we talked about. Is it moving your body more? Is it understanding the brain science of being consistent and the free resources that you can get here? So, we'll be one other thing I just want to mention is that this will be the last day of the challenge, and I will have a bonus session tomorrow that's optional about EFT tapping. EFT tapping is a powerful way to help you basically just calm the body and help you with cravings, also with anxiety, other things. So we'll do an EFT tapping bonus session tomorrow that is optional. But if you want to be entered into the drawing, just interact each day with one of the posts from each of the 5 days. It doesn't have to be every single post. And then on Monday, I will do a drawing, and all of these videos will stay up for a total of 30 days. So, and I would love to know what things have been most impactful for you. So, what we are going to do today is basically just understanding what it is you need to do for your body so that you can start to feel better and be able to take care of yourself. Okay, I will see you around.